angles, and it comes your way. Next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made here at the 36. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. Tua being chased out left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. On first down, back to Achane. You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now Tua. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes. So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow drops it underneath for Reese. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The tight end in motion right. To the air again, Burrow. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
12, 11, MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
11.
Burrow looking to pass. This is Reese on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Tua sets up to pass it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on one return. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Achane gets it from the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Tua going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Burrow will throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Let's get set. Third.
Burrow on play action. That is caught. And he is going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 Thomas.
Up the middle they go. It's Reese. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create speed.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
At the 36-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Reese, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Here's Tua. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
One, ready? Here we go. 180.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Here we go, here we go.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And Burrow going to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Down the left sideline. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they're defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
12.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Again, it's Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30, down to the 25.
Here we go.
At the 25-yard line.
Now Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards. Tua, fast pass outside complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Now Tua. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throwing left side, it's complete.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Go ahead.
Looking to pass. Tua.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
11 MT.
Now a give right side. It's Reese.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game.
Here we go.
They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he's got some space here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Here we go.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Gun. 180.
Burrow looking to pass. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they want. The necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Now Achane on 1st and 10. Taken down at the 42.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Tua going to throw.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Burrow will throw.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All three timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Here's Burrow.
Pass complete to Higgins.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here we go, here we go.
A gain of 5 brings up
42.
2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Throwing, Burrow. There's a short one caught by Johnson.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Got.
Burrow.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Burrow. This complete to Corley.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Here's Burrow.
Open man is Higgins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
A big play here. 3rd and 2.
11, Thomas. 11. Got.
Now Burrow.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Here's 1st down. Tua.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his throw is incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback
And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Fine, ready?
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10,
Here we go.
right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. This is Reese on the ground. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal, coming back the other way.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
You know, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you.
Achane hit, and the ball is held. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Here we go.
To throw, Burrow.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5.
11, mighty. 11.
Now it's Burrow. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now it's Burrow. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. Right hot.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that will be incomplete as well. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.